Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's conference, The New Frontier Winning in Finance and Investment in the Age of Artificial Intelligence. It is a great honor and pleasure to have you all here with us today. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Clarin. I'm a director at PwC Indonesia, and I will be here with you today as the MC. First, allow me to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guests, Pak Mirza Aditya Vice Chairman, Board of Commissioner of OJK, and then Mr. Pahala Nugraha Mansyuri, CFA, President of CFA Society Indonesia, and also all the board members of CFA Society Indonesia. We would also like to warmly welcome all esteemed panelists, moderators, and valued participants from various institutions, both local and international. Thank you for being here and for contributing to today's important discussion. This event is designed as a collaborative platform where innovation meets insights and ideas transform into actions. To officially open our conference, Mr. Pahala will have an opening remarks, and I would also read a little bit of Pahala's background. So as a volunteer, Mr. Pahala Nugraha Mansyuri, CFA, is the president of CFA Society Indonesia. Previously, Pak Pahala has served as the Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs, Vice Minister of BUMN 1, President Director of BTN, Director of Finance of PT Pertamina Persero, and then President Director of PT Garuda Indonesia Persero, and Director of Treasury and Market of PT Bank Mandiri. Pak Pahala also holds a master's degree from the Leonard and Stern School of Business. So please join me in welcoming Pak Pahala to deliver the opening remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Larry. A very good morning to all of you. First of all, I would like to be able to say welcome to Pak Mirza Aditya, the Vice Chairman of the Indonesia Financial Service Authority or Otoritas Jasa Keuangan Indonesia. We are very, very lucky to be able to get Pak Mirza to speak in front of us on this topic. Again, I would like to welcome to all of you, the participants of the third investment conference of CFA Indonesia. This is actually only the next conference that we are able to organize after about 6 years of not being able to organize a conference of CFA Indonesia because of various reasons. Money, COVID-19, pandemic, the growth of economy is actually declining, global turbulence, whatever it is. At the end of the day, we cannot actually find a sponsor to be able to actually fund our conference. So Accenture, as well as others, we hope that you are also going to be able to support the Indonesia investment as well as the capital market society. And we are actually now this year are very proud to be able to bring back the CFA Society Indonesia Investment Conference. As you may have actually recall, I don't necessarily be able to spot people who actually attended the first CFA investment conference in Indonesia. That was actually about 6 years ago. And at that time, the topic of the conference was actually about the future of finance, AI, and data. So CFA Indonesia, we have to say that we are actually quite visionary in a way, because we already see that there is actually a big trend that is actually coming about data and artificial intelligence. And today, with your continuing support, we are able to bring back the annual investment conference to update you again the major trend that we see in finance and investment, and that is actually artificial intelligence. As some of you has actually recognized, there are probably about 4 to 5 major trends that we are seeing today. One, of course, is about the geopolitical shift that we are actually seeing today. Second is about the technological shift that will also affect how the world is actually going to evolve and how the investment climate is actually going to evolve. Third is how the change in terms of the climate change is going to affect the world. That will also affect how the world is actually going to evolve. And I think also how the monetary. And I think within the technological aspect, we believe that artificial intelligence and tokenization of assets are actually going to be the two topics that will really redefine how the world is actually going to evolve in the future. So we believe that artificial intelligence are actually really going to be one of the major trends, and that is why today we are specifically going to focus on this topic today, and we really hope that all of you are going to be able to gain some insights from, of course, our keynote speaker today, Pak Mirza Aditya Suara, Vice Chairman and also the Board of Commissioners of Otoritas Jasa Keuangan, on what will be some of the regulatory framework, whether it is actually going to be in banking, capital markets, as well as other types of digital financial assets that is actually going to affect how the regulatory framework is going to be evolving in the future, and therefore also affecting how the capital markets, banking, as well as other digital financial assets going to evolve. We are also going to be able to hear from the panel speaker, Pak Panji Wasmana, the CTO of Microsoft, Ibu Ekta Gandhi, the founder of Unity 7 AI, and Pak Joshua from UBS, the managing director of UBS, on how we expect that AI is going to revolutionize investment industry as well as the capital markets. We believe that each of the speakers will bring their unique perspective from the technology providers as well as the buy side and the sell side analysts on how this is actually going to evolve. And then also on the second panel, our speakers, Pak Fuad Sahid Lalean, the Managing Director of Accenture, Andreas Chandra from AI Innovation Korika, and Ibu Melissa Hendrawati, our very own CFA member and board from PT Superbank Indonesia, will discuss about the future of works, how the redefining of finance and investment careers with AI from the perspective of the consultants and also the practitioners. And I think for decades, CFA charter holders, we have actually been known for rigorous analysis, for our ethical grounding, sound judgment. But now, alongside the fundamental analysis and our ability to develop financial model, we also must master how the evolving language, which is actually the language of data, the language of algorithm, and AI-driven insights. I was actually very fortunate, Pak Mirza. I took a course last year, about AI particularly. And I think people are actually saying right now that is one of the key defining skills that we need to have is the prompting engineering. So all of us, we actually used to actually be able to do the analysis, find the data and all that. But now what is actually going to be very, very important is that how we are going to be able to ask the right questions rather than coming up with the answer. So let me offer you several perspectives from CFA Indonesia. First, I think from CFA Indonesia, we believe that AI is not a substitute for human judgment. It is an amplifier of the human judgment. AI, yes, can process millions of data, can, of course, detect patterns invisible from our own eyes and maybe from our own brains, but investment is not merely about pattern recognition. It is about context. It's about understanding about the ethics and understanding about the human behavior, particularly human behavior under uncertainty. And we know right now that capital markets is right now even more full of uncertainty and volatility. So AI is our new tool. This is not the replacement. Of course, maybe in the future, they will be requiring less CFA in the future because they will be able to replace it to be able to do the data analysis and all that. But this is actually going to be a tool for us to be able to see deeper and further in the future. But we, at the end of the day, are the one who must still decide how we are going to be able to act. Second, it may be that the nature of investment is going to change. Yesterday, it's about how we are going to be able to have the advantage from being able to find the right kind of information and processing it information. In the AI-driven world where data is abundant and model development is actually much more accessible to much more people. And then, therefore, the new age not only comes from how are we going to be able to get the data, but as one of the speakers will later on speak, is about the creativity in how we are going to be able to develop and design the model. It is actually about the originality, about how are we going to be able to get the insight from the data and from the models that is actually going to be developed. And most importantly, as a CFA, we know that it is about how we are going to be able to build the trust from our client. Capital markets and finance, it's all about how are we going to be able to build the trust, because at the end of the day, we are actually managing other people's money. And therefore, how we are going to be able to use AI in building the trust from our client is again going to be able to something that the machine cannot actually replicate. And as CFA charter holder, we must not only embrace the technological fluency, but also how are we going to be able to build the model responsibly. And as a CFA, we know that, of course, during the test, we take ethics is actually about 50% of whether we are actually going to be able to make it a CFA holder or not. And therefore, using the model and using the AI responsibly is, again, at the end of the day, going to be the one that is going to be most important for all of us. Again, we would like to thank all of our speakers, particularly Pa Mirza, who has actually been spending time with us. We thank you very much, and all of the keynotes and all of the speakers in the two panel discussion that we have, the organizing committee, all of the sponsor, which is actually the Majalah Marketing, and of course our volunteers, particularly from Indonesia Women in Finance. Pak Mirza, in CFA, we are supporting very much Indonesia Women in Finance, because there has actually been, except for Ibu Lani, who has been very successful in the world of finance, there has been very few of women in the finance industry. So we would like to be able to get more and more women in finance. And IWF is, of course, an integral part of the CFA Society in Indonesia, whose mission is to promote financial literacy as well as encouraging more women participation in finance and investment, because without women developing literacy, of course, we have very few people. Of course, there is something that my wife always say, if I don't teach you how to use the money responsibly, you will not be able to use it, right, Hari? So again, thank you very much to all of you. I hope you will gain some insights from today's event. And thank you for supporting CFA Indonesia. I hope you will get a lot of value from today's conference.
Thank you, Pak Pahala, for the opening remarks. Now we are honored to hear from a distinguished figure in Indonesia's financial regulatory space, Pak Mirza Aditya Swara. Pak Mirza has over 30 years of experience in the financial industry and government. He earned a bachelor degree in economics from the University of Indonesia in 1992 and a Master of Applied Finance from Macquarie University, Sydney in 1995. He began his career as a dealer at Bank Sumitomo Niaga in 1989 and held key roles in various financial institutions, including Bahana Sekuritas, Credit Suisse Securities Indonesia, and Mandiri Sekuritas. From 2010 to 2013, he served as a member and executive head of the Board of Commissioners at the Indonesia Deposit Insurance Corporation. Pak Mirza was appointed Senior Deputy Governor of Bank Indonesia from 2013 to 2019 and also served as an ex officio member of the Financial Service Authority Board of Commissioners during 2015 to 2019, contributing to the coordination of macroprudential policy and financial sector supervision. Following his role at Bank Indonesia, he served as senior advisor to the Minister of Finance and President Director of the Indonesian Banking Development Institute from 2020 to 2022. Please welcome Pak Mirza to deliver his keynote speech presenting the Financial Service Authority view on today's theme. Pak Mirza, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi dan salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. My good friend, Pak Pahala, former Vice Minister Foreign Affairs, former Vice Minister in State-owned Enterprise Ministry, and a lot of position in Indonesia, state-owned companies, including Bank Mandiri. Of course, is President of CFA Society Indonesia. Distinguished speakers and friends of CFA Society, we have Ibu Ekta and Pak Panji, Bu Hani, my old friend Joshua, Pak Fuad, Pak Ando, Bu Lani, so Pak Pahala contacted me maybe a couple of months ago about this event. Yeah, so I penciled my calendar. I have to attend this seminar. Yeah. And it happened to be today at OJK, at Indonesia FSA. OJK banking sector launched AI governance for banking industry. So it happened to be today. So today is AI for Indonesia financial sector. Yeah. So Pak Dian Ediana Ray, Commissioner in charge for banking supervisions, I think delivering his speech also this morning for this the event. So and I see a lot of young generations, all the CFA members or currently studying to get the CFA, and I have to admit, very difficult. Very difficult, Pak Pahala, especially to get CFA. I think most of you are doing it while you are also doing your job, yeah, your day-to-day job, and to concentrate to get the CFA level 1, pass level 1, pass level 2, and then pass level 3 is not easy. So this is the elite of the elite, Pak Pala, the CFA Society Indonesia. Yeah, but I'm happy to see that the CFA Society Indonesia has been 15 years, Pak. Has been 25 in Indonesia. Has been 25 years in Indonesia and doing the best effort to communicate with public and to continue encourage and supporting to develop the finance and investment community in Indonesia. And today seminar the title is New Frontier, Winning in Finance and Investment in the Age of Artificial Intelligence. Across the globe, financial institutions are rapidly integrating AI into their operations, such as real-time monitoring and anomaly detections. A survey conducted by Gartner in 2024 shows that 58% of finance function using AI, up from 30% in 2023, focusing on scaling and automations. In principle, artificial intelligence and machine learning have the potential to significantly enhance the operational efficiency, risk management capabilities, financial inclusion efforts, and customer relationship management practice. We are already witnessing numerous use cases of AI across the financial sector, from fraud detection and prevention, including anti-money laundering initiative, to automated customer support through intelligent chatbots and offer customized financial services. AI-driven alternative credit scoring models are expanding access to financial services for unbanked and underbanked communities, creating new opportunities for financial inclusion. In asset management, predictive analytics powered by AI are reshaping investment strategies, enabling more data-driven and forward-looking decision-making. Similarly, in the insurance industry, deep learning is improving claims assessment, while AI is transforming underwriting process by enhancing the speed and accuracy of risk evaluation, identifying emerging patterns and trends, and personalizing risk management approach. The role of AI in finance has undergone a paradigm shift, moving beyond auxiliary support to become the backbone of innovation. Today, it powers decision-making, risk management, customer-centric solutions, positioning itself as an indispensable force in the evolution of global financial system. When deployed responsibly, AI unlocks transformative advantages across the financial ecosystem, such as consumers enjoy personalized service and expanded access, institutions achieve unprecedented operational efficiency and competitive edge, regulators leverage sophisticated oversight capabilities, and economies accelerate toward equitable, inclusive growth. Yet, AI implementation has differing viewpoints and also raising concern that will AI replace human experts? Some regard AI as a game changer, as a catalyst for efficiency, personalization, and inclusion in financial services. Others, however, raise legitimate concerns that AI, if not managed carefully, could threaten financial stability. This contrasting perspective highlights the duality of AI. It holds immense benefits, but also presents serious challenges that require proactive governance. One of the critical considerations of AI adoption is data privacy and security. AI systems rely on the vast data, including highly sensitive financial and personal information. Safeguarding this data against breaches, misuse, or unauthorized access must be a top priority. Without robust privacy protections and cybersecurity measures, the adoption of AI could deteriorate public trust, the foundation of our financial system. Another significant challenge lies in transparency and explainability. Many AI models learn from fast data, resulting in complex internal structures that make it difficult to trace decisions and difficult to understand how decisions are made, such as loan approval or an investment recommendations. Without transparent mechanism, users can be misled by misinformation or flawed analytics. Closely tied to this is the issue of AI bias and fairness. AI systems are only as good as the data they are trained on. If historical data reflects social or economic bias, AI can unintentionally amplify this bias. Furthermore, we face a significant AI talent gap. The World Economic Forum, in its Future of Jobs Report 2025, projects that automation and technological advances, including AI, will fundamentally reshape labor market needs, displacing administrative jobs and eliminating approximately 92 million positions globally. However, it is crucial to remember that humans play an integral part in AI development. While AI can enhance decision-making, it cannot replace human judgment, ethics, and oversight. Moreover, humans play an integral role throughout the AI lifecycle, from designing and training models, validating outputs, interpreting results, and making final decisions. Thus, to maximize the benefit of AI in finance and investment, financial professionals must be equipped with the skills needed to responsibly implement and oversee AI system. In particular, Indonesia must prioritize structural reform in upskilling and reskilling its workforce. Compared to India, China, and the global average, Indonesia has a higher proportion of workers who urgently need retraining. Equally important is promote responsible and ethical AI usage. This includes establishing principles for ethical AI, emphasizing transparency, accountability, fairness, and privacy protections. This can be done by enhancing digital literacy. Financial consumers must be empowered to understand the implication of AI-driven services. And through targeted education and public engagement, we can build a society that is not only ready to adopt AI, but can implement it wisely and inclusively. Finally, AI governance remains a pressing challenge, particularly for developing economies like Indonesia. This nation must navigate the delicate equilibrium between fostering technological innovations and safeguarding consumer protections, while simultaneously addressing critical issues of data sovereignty and developing agile regulatory structures capable of evolving alongside rapid AI advancement. By the end of 2023, 75 countries, including Indonesia, had launched national strategy for AI. This global movement highlights the growing recognition that sound governance is essential to harness AI potential while safeguarding society against its risks. To leverage the potential benefit of AI and to address the aforementioned technology-associated risks and challenges of AI adoption in financial sector, OJK has rolled out several policy responses. First, OJK provides policy framework and guidance for AI adoption in financial sector. Like I mentioned before, that today, the Commissioner in charge for banking supervision, he is launching AI governance for Indonesian banking. OJK had a code of ethics guideline for responsible and trusted AI in the fintech industry that launched on December 2023. Today, we would like to announce that this morning, just like mentioned, OJK launches AI governance for Indonesian banking, which also includes AI principle as guideline for Indonesia Bank, namely accountable, human oversight, and reliable. These guidelines will complement the regulatory framework for digital transformation of banking, such as IT for banks, cyber resilience for banks, digital services for banks, and digital maturity for banks. Second, OJK is taking a step forward by integrating emerging technology, including AI and machine learning, in our business process. It is imperative for financial regulator like OJK to keep pace with technological advancement in order to strengthen and enhance the supervisory process on the financial services industry. OJK has already adopted big data analytics. Of course, we continue to improve the capability and is progressively moving towards the implementation of AI machine learning to support supervisory technology initiative. At present, OJK has completed a comprehensive study on the application of AI machine learning, aiming to make the supervision process more effective, efficient, and responsive to the evolving dynamics of the financial sector. I think majority of you know that OJK supervising, regulating, and also protecting consumer in the financial industry, banks, insurance, capital market, pensions, finance company, fintech, pawn shops, and recently this year, the government and parliament give us new mandate on crypto and also bursa carbon. Yeah. So in one side we have to regulate, supervise, give sanction, but on another's role, OJK is mandated also to develop. And the mandate to develop financial industry is mentioned in the new Omnibus Law of Financial Sector Omnibus Law 2023. Yeah. So AI is part of the tools, that how we develop the financial industry, the investment industry. So balancing between development and supervisions. OJK strengthening cyber risk management and cyber security framework to mitigate risks due to cyber attacks that can disrupt financial system stability. To minimize all potential risks, the national policy framework must also be in line with the global and/or regional framework. Lastly, ensuring global financial stability in the era of AI demands unwavering collaboration across jurisdictions, industry, and government agency. It is essential that we work together to establish a sound and appropriate baseline for regulatory and supervisory framework, ensuring effective oversight of the use of AI, machine learning across the broader financial services industry. The AI revolution in finance presents both extraordinary opportunities and non-trivial challenges. Harnessing its full value requires industry-wide commitment to responsible deployment, where cutting-edge applications are developed within guardrails that protect market integrity. Let us work together to build a resilient, inclusive, and innovative financial ecosystem that not only harnesses the potential of AI, but also fosters sustainable and equitable growth. This concludes my remarks. I wish all participants have a productive discussion today, and I hope the insight gained from this conference will benefit for us all. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Pa Mirza, for the insightful session. We would like to invite Pa Pahala to come on stage to present a token of appreciation to Pa Mirza, continued with a group photo session.
In the next years or the next 5 years, you will see the consistent model where the AI will take much more complex cases in your businesses with these 3 different pillars. When you are start the journey on AI, you need to consider these 4 pillars. One is about the culture, process, data, security, and compliance.
How is AI doing the research for us in real time? Has access to the CRM information, has access to news, social media, using all that information to then supporting our investors.
When I was an analyst in 1998, it's very difficult to do. Everything is all over the place. But I think sometimes with data scraping, you can do it quickly also. All what used to take 1 week of data collections, maybe take 1 hour, 2 hours. And so you can do the stress testing a lot easier, even today. But I believe with AI, we can do even beyond that. Yeah.
And AI can help us to be a better version of us, doing a better business, and achieving a better result.
This session is actually very close to heart as a financial professional because how the AI will impact us directly.
All is impacted, the individuals, economics, organization, the society. What we can do is embrace it and don't forget, right? It is going to be substitute some of our works, but it is up to us to collaborate with AI.
One of the most growing sectors right now is actually in infrastructure. Why? In infrastructure, we no longer say data is the new oil. We now say data is the new oxygen.
We can do a better conflict management. Okay, so that's the limit of AI. And one more, the most important is AI does not have heart, but human, we all have heart. That's where you shine.